Cameras are there to make people feel safe, but sometimes they become the reason people have to run for their lives. In today's compilation of shocking camera footage, we will witness horrifying encounters, creepiest intruders, and moments that will haunt you long after the screen goes dark. This CCTV footage shows a strange humanoid figure crawling on all fours. It had long hair covering most of its face, and the way it moved just didn't feel human. It didn't walk like a person. It crept like some kind of creature. Some people think it looked like a witch. The face wasn't clear, but the movement was enough to scare anyone. She had no idea something like that had been outside her place. Rider Spirit. Late one night near the Mexico border, a small shop's CCTV recorded a horse walking along the road. That alone wasn't strange, but when the shop owner checked the footage later, he saw a blurry figure that seemed to be sitting on top of the horse. Locals believed it might be the Black Charro, a ghostly rider from legend. It left the shop owner completely shaken. And this wasn't the only incident. Just a few nights later, in the same city, another camera caught the same figure. It could be possible that the ghostly rider has been roaming Guatemala's streets for years, but only shows up when no one expects it. Invisible talk. Late at night, a young woman stopped in the middle of a quiet road, right outside someone's house. At first, it just looked weird, but the footage made things clearer. It seemed like she was talking to someone, or something, that wasn't there. Her body language changed, like she was answering questions. Some people say she might have been hallucinating, but others believe she was having a real conversation with something invisible. The worst part? Her last words caught on the audio were a panicked cry for help. Clown intruder. In the middle of the night, around 1:30 a.m., a security camera inside a U.S. home caught something chilling. A clown walked into the house. He didn't steal anything, didn't say a word. He just stood there, motionless, staring directly at the camera. That blank expression on his face made it 10 times scarier. He didn't move much. He didn't even react. After a few long minutes, he just turned and walked back out, disappearing into the night. Eyes in the dark. A man had been terrified for weeks, telling people something weird kept showing up outside his house. No one believed him. So he installed a CCTV camera, and that's when it got real. In the video, a small creature crawled out from behind the trash can on all fours. It looked almost human, until it turned and stared into the camera. Its glowing eyes made it clear. This thing wasn't someone in a mask. It was something darker. Something is wrong. It crawled back and disappeared. But the creepy encounters didn't stop. Eventually, the man packed up and left for good. Demonic push. A street security camera was recording a normal day. People walking, cars passing, nothing unusual. Then suddenly, something strange happened. A woman walking to her car was hit by an invisible force. She flew backwards. You could clearly see the push, but there was no one behind her. No wires, no tricks, just pure force. People online quickly claimed it had to be something demonic, because what else could do that without being seen? Real-life power. You've heard of superpowers in movies, but this one might have been real. In Thailand, a girl was hanging out with her friends when a boy rushed at her. She lifted her hand and boom! He flew backward. Another tried the same, and the exact thing happened. She didn't touch them, just raised her hand. Chairs even lifted off the ground when she pointed at them. She looked scared, like she didn't even understand what was happening. It was wild. If this was real, the internet wondered one thing. Are there more people out there like her? Street shapeshifter. CCTV on a quiet street caught something that didn't make sense. Footage showed a strange black animal walking slowly across the road. At first, it looked like any regular stray, but then, right in front of the camera, it changed. In a split second, the animal turned into a person. The figure didn't run, just calmly walked into a nearby house. When the homeowner watched the footage, he was stunned. He believed it was a shapeshifter. After that, he started telling people, and now no one walks down that road anymore without thinking about what was caught on tape. Saved by speed. A man and what looked like his grandson were walking together on the sidewalk. Just a few seconds later, something fast, almost like a blur, rushed in and pulled them away in a split second. Right after that, a huge stone came crashing down exactly where they had just been standing. If that strange force hadn't appeared, they would have been crushed. No one knew what it was or where it came from. It looked like something out of a movie, but it was real, and it might have saved their lives. Legs only. While filming the street late at night, a CCTV camera picked up something seriously creepy. A figure was moving toward the camera, but it didn't have a face, arms, or even an upper body. Just two legs, walking weirdly like they were floating. Locals had whispered about something like this before, but this was the first time it got caught on video. Nobody could explain what it was. Some believe it's the spirit of someone long gone. Others think it's a creature that only shows up in the dark. Whatever it is, no one who saw the video ever wants to see it in real life. Bike into portal. On January 14th, 2017, a strange video shook the internet. A man was biking through a forest trail when, out of nowhere, a glowing circle appeared in front of him. It looked like a portal, and he rode right into it. In less than a second, he vanished completely. Just like that, he was gone. No one ever found him. Some people think he got teleported to another place. Others say he may have slipped into a different time. Whatever happened, that short clip was enough to leave everyone stunned and wondering if portals like that really exist. Parking lot portal. When a couple rolled into a mall's empty parking lot, initially things were chill until they weren't. As they parked behind another car, a glowing portal suddenly opened out of nowhere. Without thinking twice, the husband stepped toward it like he had to see what was inside. And just like that, he vanished. The portal snapped shut right behind him. His wife started screaming, calling for help, but there was nothing anyone could do. He was just gone. Since then, no one's figured out where he went. That day turned into a nightmare she'll never wake up from. Sky snatch. A man was cycling home one evening when an invisible force grabbed his cycle and lifted him straight into the sky. This man literally vanished completely. No one knows where he ended up, and the disappearance became one of those strange, scary mysteries the whole town talks about now. Shadow Savior. A guy was walking home, feeling kind of on edge because he knew a thief had been following him. Just as the thief jumped out to attack, something totally unexpected happened. A shadowy figure appeared out of nowhere and faced the thief down. The thief freaked out and ran off right away. The guy was left confused and shaken, not knowing who or what had saved him. Could it have been a protective spirit? Maybe, because after that night, the shadowy figure was never seen again. The guy didn't recognize it at all, which made it even more mysterious. Shadow Assembly. In Guadalajara, Mexico, a security camera caught something truly strange. Around dusk, the road looked empty, until a dark smoke appeared out of nowhere. Slowly, that smoke turned into 5 shadowy, human-like figures. They walked across the road without making a sound. Some said they looked like ghosts. Even after experts reviewed the footage, no one could explain what it was. Ghost Tricycle. You've probably heard your share of creepy stories, but this one just hits different. A nighttime CCTV clip caught a tricycle slowly moving by itself on an empty street. Just the tricycle rolling. But that's not all. At the same time, a white figure showed up on the roof. It looked like a spirit staring straight into the camera, then vanished. And weirdly, a man who was sleeping nearby suddenly woke up and started looking around, like he felt something strange. It's hard not to believe he sensed that presence. Masked strangers. Not every scary encounter comes from ghosts. Sometimes it's real people, and that's even worse. A CCTV camera recorded a quiet street when a figure wearing a panda mask appeared. A second later, the footage glitched, and another one popped up, this time wearing a creepy bear mask. They both just stood there, still as statues, staring into the camera. These weren't performers. Their energy felt wrong, more like a threat. Later, others reported seeing the same masked people near their homes too. No one knows why they're doing it. Dancing woman. A homeowner was just about to sleep when something strange caught his eye. Outside his window, on a quiet road, a woman was dancing, slowly and alone. It seemed odd, but not dangerous, until she stopped, turned, and stared right at him. The way she moved matched the stories of the Serbian dancing lad, a woman believed to appear in empty streets at night. And they say, if she sees you watching, she marks you. Her stare means one thing: you need to get out, fast. Lightning Man. A home security camera was rolling, keeping an eye on the street like always. Everything was calm until lightning suddenly lit up the sky. And right after that flash, there he was. A man just appeared in the middle of the road. He started walking like he had somewhere to be. Some think the lightning opened a portal and pulled him in from another world, or maybe another time. But whatever happened, nobody could explain how he showed up like that. Growing spirit. One home security clip freaked out viewers online, and for good reason. The night started off normal, just a quiet room being recorded. But suddenly, a small white figure dashed across. It looked like a child at first, until it didn't. As it moved, it started getting taller, stretching like it wasn't even human. It kept growing until it disappeared into the hallway. That strange shifting size, it gave people chills. The creepiest part is that the way it entered didn't feel like it left, like it's still somewhere in the house, just not in front of the camera anymore. Mysterious video. One day, a home security camera caught something strange. At first, the footage showed someone sitting alone on the porch. But then, in the very next frame, he was completely gone. The homeowner freaked out and called the cops right away. Firefighters even brought in a heat-seeking drone to search nearby places, including a lake close by, but there was no sign of their child anywhere. Some people say it must have been a ghost playing tricks. Others worry it was something scarier and real. Street shadows. In the middle of the night, a security camera outside a small business recorded something eerie. The road looked empty, until a short, shadowy figure walked across slowly. It looked human, but smaller. Moments later, another one appeared and did the exact same thing. They moved strangely, like they weren't fully part of this world. No one could explain where they came from or where they went. Invisible force. A home security cam caught something that still creeps people out. A man had just gotten home late at night, walked in like normal. Then, out of nowhere, something yanked him. His neighbors heard the noise and rushed over, but no one could explain it. Nothing was there. Whatever it was, it vanished without a trace. But the fear it left behind? That stayed. It's one of those moments that make you think. Not everything in this world wants to be seen. Vanishing man. On December 1st, 2024, a video hit the internet and people haven't stopped talking about it. It showed a guy walking casually down the street, like any normal night. Then, right in front of the camera, he just disappeared. 1 second he was there, the next, gone. Viewers were stunned. As theories spread, many started believing he wasn't a man at all. He was a ghost, maybe one that had been blending in this whole time. And now that we've seen one on camera, it makes you wonder, how many more are out there? White shadows. While this kid was out playing in the street when something terrified him, the CCTV shows what he saw. 2 white, shadowy figures sliding out from the wall. They weren't walking like people. They just moved across the street slowly, like they were floating. Then, they disappeared into the dark. The figures were shaped like humans, but not quite right. Whatever they were, the kid knew they weren't normal. Since that day, he's refused to even walk past that road. Whatever crossed his path left a fear too strong to forget. Dragged away. A CCTV camera caught something terrifying on a quiet road. 2 people were riding a bike when things took a dark turn. A woman walking nearby was suddenly yanked backward, like something invisible was dragging her. She didn't trip, and there was no one behind her, but her body moved like it had no control. One biker jumped in to help, but the same force grabbed him too. Both struggled against nothing. The camera showed no culprit, just fear and confusion. Then the footage cut. Shadow stalker. Late at night, a group of dogs were running around on an empty street, just playing. Until they weren't. In an instant, they scattered, sprinting away in fear. A security camera caught it all. Right behind them, a dark human-like figure walked out of the shadows. Its body was hard to see clearly, but its shape was enough to scare even the toughest stray. Animals usually sense spirits before we do. And this time, they weren't wrong. The figure didn't chase them. Ghost walk. While checking the night footage, a security guard spotted something seriously creepy. The road was empty, quiet, and dark. But then, a small white figure showed up on camera. It looked human, but wasn't normal. It slowly walked past the camera. wearing what seemed like a white dress. You couldn't see a face, just that shape heading into the dark. The footage was grainy, but it was clear enough to tell it was the spirit of a girl. And anyone who happened to be out on that road at the same time might have seen it with their own eyes. Form changer. Mexico's known for strange sightings, and one night in Heroica, Veracruz proved why. A security guard was watching the cameras during his shift when he noticed something moving in the distance. He zoomed in and saw a dark figure walking. It looked small, not human. Then the figure shifted shape, getting even smaller, right there on camera. The guard froze. He knew what he saw wasn't normal. He called it a shapeshifter. That moment shook him so badly that by the next day, he quit his job. Fading spirit. Corner of a street, this CCTV recorded a homeless man lying on a quiet street, just trying to rest. A few minutes after he shut his eyes, a nearby CCTV caught something nobody expected. A light, ghost-like figure slowly rose from his body. It looked just like him. Same shape, same size. The figure hovered above for a few seconds, then slowly drifted away. The man never woke up. People said it was his soul leaving, caught on camera in real time. Usually, we only hear stories like that. But this time, it was real, and once you see it, it sticks with you. Vanishing girl. A girl was walking down a quiet road at night. Everything seemed normal. Then, a car passed by. In that split second, her body disappeared. Only her head stayed visible, floating in midair. The rest of her had vanished completely. Viewers were shocked. It didn't take long for people to say she wasn't human at all. Maybe a ghost, or something even stranger. The man who owned the camera said he had never seen anything like it, and neither had the rest of the internet. Vanished man. Late one night, a security camera picked up something nobody could explain. 2 dogs were chasing a man down a street. It looked like any normal scene, until the man suddenly disappeared. He didn't trip or turn a corner. He just vanished into thin air. The dogs skidded to a stop, sniffing around, clearly confused. It was like they'd seen a ghost. The video gave viewers chills. 1 second the man was there, the next, nothing. People still argue over what really happened, but no one has a solid answer. Just a haunting mystery caught on camera. Car lift girl. A regular security cam caught what looked like a Marvel scene in real life. A girl had dropped something under a parked car and bent down to reach it. But when she couldn't get it, she just lifted the car, one-handed, like it was made of paper. Then she pushed it out of the way, no big deal. Everyone who watched the footage was left speechless. She didn't look shocked, just confused. It was like she didn't even know how she did it. People started calling her a real-life superhero. But for her, it was just another weird moment caught on camera. Alien pickup. 2 friends were just walking and talking, probably about something dumb, when reality flipped. Out of nowhere, one of them got pulled straight into the air, like lifted off the ground by an invisible force. A bright beam shot down from the sky, locking onto him like a tractor beam from a UFO movie. He didn't even get to scream. The other friend? He froze for a second, then took off running, heart racing. He knew exactly what just happened. His best friend had been taken by something not from Earth, and he never saw him again. Not even a goodbye. Truck toss. A regular dude was walking down the street when he spotted 2 giant trucks stuck in a tight spot. no space to move, no one around to help. Then this guy just steps in. Calm as ever, he walks up to one of the trucks, places both hands on it, and lifts it like it's a toy. He pushes it aside like it weighs nothing. Crawling horror. Footage from a quiet village turned into nightmare fuel real quick. A pale, human-shaped creature was crawling down the road, but not like a person. Its face was tilted up, locked on the camera, like it knew it was being watched. Big, wild hair, ghost-white skin, and the creepiest stare you've ever seen. It didn't walk. It slithered. Locals swear they've seen it before, hiding in shadows and creeping around at night. Nobody knows what it is, but they all agree on one thing. It doesn't belong in this world. Whatever it is, it's still out there. Floating cars. This happened in broad daylight on a packed street in China. Cars driving, people walking. It was just a regular day, until it wasn't. Without warning, 3 cars were suddenly yanked into the air. They hovered for a second, then slammed back down. One even flipped over like a toy. People stopped in their tracks, just staring. No reason, just raw, invisible force. Some say it was paranormal. Others think it was something even scarier, like a glitch in reality. Either way, nobody ever looked at that street the same way again. Portal walk. So, this CCTV was just filming the street like normal, right? Then out of nowhere, a dude appears out of thin air behind a signboard like he just stepped through a portal. And get this, he's totally chill about it, like it's no big deal. No shock, no looking around like, what just happened? Nah, he just walks by like it's everyday life. Was he in on it? Superpowers? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, this was not your usual street scene. Blink escape. CCTV caught a guy crossing a quiet road at night. Everything's normal until a speeding car zooms toward him like a disaster incoming. But then, out of nowhere, the guy vanishes and instantly pops up on the other side. Safe and sound. And he's not even surprised. Like he kinda expected it. Some next-level superpower stuff right there. The camera didn't just catch a miracle, it caught a secret no one knew existed. Shadow push. On December 30th, 2024, a video popped up online that instantly freaked people out. It showed a boy walking home late at night, minding his own business, when suddenly a shadowy figure appeared from nowhere and shoved him. He scrambled back up, terrified and shaking. This wasn't just some random person. It was clearly a spirit, and it didn't want him there. The fear expression said it all. He ran as fast as he could, not even daring to look back at that creepy shadow chasing him. Headless stroll. One footage caught something seriously disturbing. A figure appeared, walking calmly down the road, but it wasn't a normal man because it had no head. The body moved like nothing was wrong, slowly strolling along like this was normal life. Then, when a truck came driving by, the headless figure didn't run or freak out. Instead, it just disappeared into thin air, like magic. Everyone agreed that was no ordinary man. It had to be some kind of ghost haunting the street. Delivery vanish. A delivery guy dropped off packages at this house. He started walking back to his truck when he suddenly vanished into thin air. His phone fell onto the road, but there was no sign of him anywhere. Ghost horse. Back in September 2024, around 12:49 a.m. in Tuxpan, Mexico, A security camera caught something that shook the whole town. A shadow was running down the street, but this wasn't just any shadow. It looked like a horse pulling a cart behind it. In Mexican stories, people have talked about this spirit for years, saying it's heard and seen on quiet nights. But this was the very first time anyone got it on video. The footage gave proof to the old legends, and after that, nobody in the area could stop thinking about the creepy horse shadow that showed up in the dark. Midnight Dancer. One night, a man was sleeping peacefully when strange sounds pulled him out of his rest. He looked out the window and saw something he couldn't explain. An old woman dressed in traditional clothes, dancing all alone in the middle of the street. It wasn't a normal kind of dance. It felt eerie, like she wasn't fully human. The way she moved, the expression on her face, it all felt off. He ducked away quickly, hoping she hadn't seen him. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. Home CCTV video shows father and son. The one on the treadmill is Corey, who is running as fast as he can. His dad, Christopher Gregor, thought Corey was overweight, and according to prosecutors, had him lose weight by making him run non-stop. The video shows Corey struggling to keep up with the treadmill's speed. And just 12 days later, Corey passed away. Gregor's defense team says Corey passed away due to natural complications from pneumonia. It's a sad and complicated case that left a lot of people shocked and heartbroken.